Overpopulation is a serious issue in this world, not only in us humans, but also with animals. I will take the time to educate on the overpopulation of domestic animals by answering a couple of common questions and providing some statistics. Why do we have a problem with overpopulation? Where do these domesticated animals end up? Due to the overpopulation, what about the diseases that these domesticated animals carry? Lastly, how can we fix this issue? Overpopulation of domesticated animals is a problem because a lot of animals are not spayed or neutered. I was able to pull up an article from PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, titled Animal Companion Overpopulation, that one unspayed female cat can lead to 370,000 kittens a year. Doing the simple math, I'm sure you can see how this can turn into a huge problem and a huge contribution towards the overpopulation issue. Secondly, the ASPCA, which stands for American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, shows the statistics in an article titled Pet Statistics that people would much rather support breeders and puppy mills before they support an animal shelter. American Pet Products Association reports that 34% of dogs are purchased from breeders, while 23% of dogs and 31% of cats are obtained from an animal shelter or a humane society. If we continue to support the people who are making more animals versus supporting the ones who are trying to save these animals that are already here, we will continue to have the problem of overpopulation. People also do not make it a lifetime commitment. According to the ASPCA's National Rehoming Survey, pet problems are the most common reason that owners rehome their pets, accounting for 47% of rehomed dogs and 42% of rehomed cats. Pet problems are defined as problematic behaviors, aggressive behaviors, the animals may have grew larger than expected, or health problems that owners couldn't handle. Adopting a pet is without a doubt a serious commitment. So now that we see why there is even an issue, we may ask, where do they end up? An article titled Pets by the Numbers by the Humane Society of the United States calculated in 2014 that the number of cats and dogs entered into shelters each year are between 6 to 8 million. The number of cats and dogs adopted from these shelters each year are only 4 million. If they are not adopted, they are then euthanized. Of the 3 million cats and dogs euthanized in shelters each year, approximately 2.4 million, which is 80%, are healthy and treatable and could have been adopted into new homes. Lastly, we run into the issue of animals that remain strays. Now, I'm sure everyone is familiar with knowing that animals do carry diseases. An article titled Diseases from Animals by Daniel Denoon, he speaks about how a zoologist named Glickman notes cat scratch fever, for example, infects as many as 20,000 Americans a year. And an estimated 4 to 20% of U.S. kids get roundworm from dogs and cats. This is most commonly found in animals that are not able to receive the treatment that is adequately needed, such as these animals that are considered strays and are roaming the neighborhoods and the cities. Denoon also takes the time to list some of the diseases contracted by animals. These include Salmonella infection, Leptospira infection, Campylobacter infection, Q fever, plague, roundworms, tapeworms, hookworms, and cryptosporidiosis. So, how can we fix this issue? Some ideas that I found in another article by American Humane First to Serve titled animal population control on August 26, 2016 are: if you're adding a pet to your family, make sure the pet comes from a legitimate shelter, nonprofit shelter, or responsible, humane breeder. Always spay or neuter your pets. Consider all the responsibilities and consequences of pet ownership before you decide to get a pet, and always make it a lifetime commitment to your pet. Educate your children, friends, family members, and coworkers about pet overpopulation, adoption, and the importance of spaying and neutering. Overpopulation of domesticated animals is a serious issue. With that, I hope you paid close attention to these statistics. Now we know why this is a problem, where these animals end up, the diseases that are a part of the issue, and how we can turn this into a non-issue. Thank you.